Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Sedition, conspiracy, treason.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
This week, Elmer, Stuart Rhodes, oath keeper, and self-created pirate wannabe. Oh yeah, Elmer shot his own eye out.
Be very, very quiet.
I'm hunting my own eyeball.
Thing is, iPad should have to read I'm with stupid or keep your eye on the prize. Anyway, Elmer was convicted of sedition, treason, and could be doing 20 years. It's a big deal. I mean, not the U.S. beating Iran in the World Cup big deal, but big. Goal! Let me ask you something. Are you a patriot? Did you try to save America by trying to overthrow America? Did they arrest you for just exercising your rights of freedom to hang members of Congress you didn't agree with? I am Brock Haythorne McFarrow III, and if you can find a whiter lawyer than me, I will take your case pro bono.
McFarrow Law Firm is helping snowflake crackers who commit treason and now identify as patriots get organic lunches in prison after committing acts of terrorism. You're white, and you should only get house arrest, unless you planned a trip to Mexico, and then get your bags and enjoy. McFarrow Law Firm makes no guarantees you won't do 20 years for trying to hang Nancy Pelosi.
No habla español at all, even a little bit. So if you hit 2, it's going to hang up. Elmer was convicted of sedition and is the first conviction of sedition and conspiracy since these Muslims tried to end America by plotting to bomb New York City landmarks 30 years ago. Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman and 9 followers were convicted of seditious conspiracy in a plot to blow up the United Nations, the FBI building, and 2 tunnels and a bridge linking New York and New Jersey. Yeah, they tried to end democracy and screw up New York traffic even worse. I'm not sure how they avoided the death penalty. Well, not really. The Sheik died in federal prison in 2017. So there's some hope for this human thumb model. Elmer Stuart Rhodes is a clown, a Q-believing conspiracy theorist who actually said, "Go armed at all times as free men and women and be ready to do sudden battle anywhere, anytime, and with utter recklessness. That is the price of freedom." Yeah, really, go armed, says the guy who took out his own eye. Hey, perfect. Maybe you shouldn't be giving people gun advice if you shot yourself in the face.
You see, if you're not familiar with firearms, these babies can go off. Now...
And why is this a big deal? Well, sedition is a hard thing to prove, and they did prove it. And it was a jury that Elmer's lawyers approved, a collection of 12 Americans randomly chosen. No politics, just evidence. Elmer and his buddy, Kelly Meggs, both violently anti-Pilates and sit-up deniers, are going to be doing 20 years because they believed Hugo Chavez, who is dead, stole the 2020 election for Biden.
Smartmatic has been associated with the Venezuelan government led by Hugo Chavez. They
also plan to kill the Speaker of the House. So these guys going down is good for America because there's a new sheriff in town, the new special prosecutor, Jack Smith, who's been taking down war criminals at the World Court. That's right, this dude is a badass handling the DOJ's case. This dude is the Darth Vader of goodness, the doctor not even a little bit evil. Harvard educated, dead honest, and he was on the United States triathlon team. Yeah, by the way, a triathlon is a 1.5 kilometer swim, a 40 kilometer bike ride, and a 10 kilometer run. Sounds impressive, and I don't even know what a fucking kilometer is. And this dude was on the United States triathlon team on top of being a Harvard educated lawyer. Now, what I know about people is how you live your personal life is how you live your professional life. And this dude, Jack Smith, goes after bad people. Hard. You want this dude after you? I don't think so. John Wick's smarter triathlete brother? Nope. In 2010, Lanny Brewer, the Assistant Attorney General of the Justice Department's Criminal Division, recruited Jack Smith to run the Public Integrity Section. Now, what they do is they investigate politicians and other public figures on corruption. And when asked, Mr. Smith told a reporter at that time that he saw his job as one that served the people because the people pay their taxes, they follow the rules, and they expect their public officials to do the same thing. It's reported that Jack Smith then bit the head off a king cobra before it could kill a baby rabbit. You know, if I was a certain obese ex-president, I'd run, except he can't run. Seriously, even if he wanted to run. But Jack can. So see Jack run. See Jack catch a fat man. See that fat man get convicted like his buddies. Maybe we can get Trump a cell with Elmer. Oh, we can dream. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. Ho ho! Well, we got two of the bad fat guys. Why are all the bad guys fat? I don't get it. They're just all huge. They're just round, doughy. What the hell's wrong with them? For God's sake, do it set up. Hello, everybody. Christopher Titus Podcast, Armageddon update. What is going on? With me, as always, the lovely bombshell Ray.
What's up,
and
people?
the Highlander. Sorry to interrupt you. I interrupted your freaking intro. And the Highlander.
And we're taking it. Take two.
You're supposed to copy.
I'm Christopher Titus. This is the Titus Podcast. With me, as always, the lovely bombshell Ray.
What is up, people?
And the Highlander. You fucked it up. I had to introduce you.
I was supposed to interrupt it because of that.
Oh, God damn it. Hi, everybody. What's going on? We're in a little goofy. I think we're a little goofy because something happened that seemed good yesterday and
You
today.
didn't even think it was good.
I wasn't sure why. And look, you're my criminal mind. You're the criminal justice major.
Yeah,
You are. And so when I was in, I'm sure it was good for those specific guys. I didn't understand. I had a sense that, okay, this is going to make it easier to arrest other guys. But do you think it's going to make a difference on arresting Trump?
Yes.
Really? Just because they've now set a precedent that seditious conspiracy, and then Terrio is going to go down, and some of these cats are going to just they're going to flip because like, oh shit.
You know what this is just like?
What?
Taking down the mafia.
Yeah.
Ever seen those documentaries where
Step,
the FBI?
Step,
They got
clink, clink.
right.
Yeah.
They can't
Clink.
go for the top Don.
And if this gets disproven or found not guilty, then where are you going to step off to go here? So
Yeah.
we're just like, we're going up and up and up. Enrique Tarrio is sharting himself as we speak.
That's what happened. Guilty. What happened? Just everything let go.
You know what, though? My faith in humanity is really being restored lately with the election. Certainly there are complete motards out there, but look at how many people said no. No Carrie Lake. No Mark Fincham. No all you crazy
Dr. Oz, man,
all
yeah.
you crazy. You said yes to Vance.
Mastriano was high up. You know,
They said yes to Vance, and so I'm not really happy with all of you and DeSantis, but there is...
I blame JD Vance is not a good speaker. I blame the guy he was running against because
Tim Ryan was great.
What
He was great.
Then what happened?
He was
He didn't
polling
write a
way
movie.
ahead at first.
Sean Ryan, you're thinking of.
He was great.
No,
He
J.D.
was
Vance.
actually really...
I thought you were talking about Sean. I thought you said wrote a movie. Sean Ryan.
Anyway, point being that now we've got the Dark Lord as special counsel, and
This dude,
his eyes are a little crossed. You know,
no, but he's got that. He's. I said. I guess in the he's
He's
John,
on targeting mode.
He's John Wick's triathlete brother. Do you know he was on the U.S. triathlete team?
I am
Hell
not
yeah.
surprised.
He's that intense. He's an intense dude, and everybody. And so I read about him today about Jack Smith, and he went to Harvard. They always put him on stuff like the committee to get corruption out of government, and he's that dude.
He's been at The Hague for years. He practiced, then he came back over here.
Yeah, he's taking on war
Mr.
criminals.
Smith goes to the Hague.
Which is, I just got something recently. So if you think about international war criminals, this guy takes down international war criminals. What?
I just want to say something.
Okay, good.
I just want to finish my very first sentence from the whole podcast. When you said, why will it help him get Trump? And I said, yes. And then it was over.
Okay, why? Will it help him get Trump?
Because...
You know what I think will happen?
I fell for that. I can't believe... Usually I see it coming. Damn it. I'm drinking too much already for the holiday season. Oh, Scream Sanity shirts, by the way. Look, everybody, this is the woman's shirt that I did not wear because I'm cold. But these are actually, you guys
But
did a
we'd
great
sell
job
more
on
if you
these.
wore it while you were cold.
Well, you guys also got, he's been working on the car next to it. It was
cold
sitting
part.
on the dune buggy. But I think these are pretty cool. You guys did a great job with these.
Titus Podcast on the back, and then
Sanity?
Scream Sanity.
I'm using it as a
or
blanket.
or Stupid Wins.
As an Afghan, my grandma told me
Yeah.
last night, don't buy me any more Afghans. I said I wasn't going to buy you an Afghan. Everybody's giving me Afghans like I'm old. I said, okay,
Okay, 89-year-old woman.
Was it?
Who loves Afghans?
She doesn't love us. She's gotten 8.
Oh.
She's just tallied 8.
So you're going to finish your sentence about the whole...
No, because you keep interrupting me.
I didn't interrupt. You hoarded a shirt. You heard merch in the middle of her answer.
Because you told me to.
What? You interrupted yourself.
Yes.
So... I thought it was great yesterday. I was very excited. I was at home with Rosa and I just kind of started going nuts about it and she didn't really understand. So I tried to explain it in Spanglish, but it's huge because this is a civil war charge. You know, the last time that they pulled it off was over 3 decades ago.
Mm-hmm. And it was from Muslim terrorists.
Yeah, it was. So this was really, and they can't say it was the Democrats that did it because it was a jury of their own peers that their attorneys helped select.
Yep.
And so now this causes problems for everyone else awaiting trial. Enrique Tarrio,
and
people
who they
like
haven't arrested yet. They just brought that up.
Who they haven't arrested yet. And they can add charges now to other people if they think that, that this would meet that threshold. Well, now it's true. You don't say he allegedly committed sedition. He's been found guilty. He is guilty of seditious conspiracy. Which means that whomever he was talking to and directing him to do so, which we happen to know that he was texting directly with Roger Stone, Donald Trump's personal advisor, and others, that what they were directing him to do in those emails, now it's not a question anymore. It's now been found to be seditious conspiracy
against the United States of America.
Let's just go, boys. That's all I have to say.
And then you bring this guy, and then Merrick Garland Merrick, he's droopy. Hi, I just wanted to share. Everybody is guilty. And then
is that how he talk? I haven't heard him talking.
And then you bring Kanye's close. Then you bring this guy Jack Smith, and Jack Smith. I hope he doesn't have a voice because he shouldn't have a voice. He should just be. They just get a picture of him. He's just like.
Just a dead
cross
dead
your
stare.
eyes just a little bit though.
Really?
It's the turtleneck and the crossed eyes. I just don't want to mess with that guy.
No, you don't. You
or
know,
do I?
You know that guy is relentless.
Cross your eyes at me, big boy.
Well, what?
Yeah.
Triathlete. Oh, that's why.
Come home from The Hague and no.
Let's get cross-eyed.
Yeah. Let's commit some war crimes. Come over to The Hague. We'll commit some war crimes, boy.
I like them bad. I like bad boys.
But he
stormed my capital.
Oh no!
This is getting too fucking weird now. Now I'm uncomfortable.
You guys with dumb jokes, it will go forever. It's awesome to watch, though. Go ahead. We're interrupting you now.
Ooh, it's an insurrection. In and outsurrection. Insurrection. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I think the guy is a badass. I looked him up, and this guy Elmer is so funny because there's nothing about the guy that screams save the country. There's nothing about this Elmer guy. Shot at his own eye, which is like
specimen
shot at, and
of
giving
the
people,
white race.
Yeah. He's really nuts. That's what I said in the white supremacy debate. You guys really aren't the top notch.
Yeah. First of all, no more patch. He's not allowed to wear a patch anymore. He needs to wear like a googly eye or something. Something stupid.
He's got to wear an Elmo head, a little tiny Elmo head. You're right. He can't look cool when you shot your own eye. You don't get to look like a pirate. If you shot your own fucking eye out.
A googly eye where the eye actually rolled around would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
If I ever lose my eye, I'm doing
And then if he got mad, it would just go. They did a bit on Saturday Night Live with that. One of the women had her as a bit on plastic surgery sketch on Saturday Night Live where she replaced her eyes with googly eyes. And they're like, "You got your eyes done?" "Yes, I did." And they were googly eyes, but she couldn't see out of them. Which is the part she had her real eyes taken out and had these fucking googly eyes, but that didn't work. Sometimes it's a body image thing. She's just going. It's really funny. So here's what's going to happen. But here's the thing.
Wait,
do they
finish
have
your
the
thing
balls?
About Merrick Garland. He's speaking today about this.
He spoke today.
He did? Did it happen?
But I think what Merrick Garland did by giving this to Jack Smith is he now gets to work on the 500 other things that the DOJ has to work on. They're doing stuff like election fraud that was pulled off by the Republicans in certain states. He's working on the water that went bad after the flood and the government didn't do anything to fix it. He's actually now bringing suits. The Department of Justice is bringing suits against certain states for not doing their federally mandated jobs.
Right, before he was just sleepwalking up to the podium, and now he's delegating, which is...
Yeah, well, I don't think Merrick Garland wanted that place in history where he was going to be the guy to take down a president. But I want to be that guy. I was like, that's the headliner spot, motherfucker.
And you're not taking down a president. You're taking down Donald Trump.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. He was. And so this guy Jack Smith, though, the one thing about this guy, and he's also, I read about him. He's lost a couple cases. They got some guys convicted of seditious conspiracy, and then they got the death penalty on the first case. On appeal, the judge said he couldn't have the death penalty because something happened in court that he said this one sentence. So the guy ended up dying in prison. So he still got the death penalty, but they didn't zap him.
Slowest kind.
Yeah, they didn't zap him or inject him. And I think the guy is a badass, and I think what's going to happen is. But how do they arrest him? Do they do it mob style? Now that they got these guys,
it's not good news for Trump.
And if Terrio and these other guys flip and they go, all right, oh shit, we're doing at least a decade.
That's the next level. Is that now they're looking at, here's a precedent, same crime, same place, our buddies, 20 years
got some emails
for each charge, so 40 years. And maybe I should help the government out instead of doing that. I wonder if I could be the first to help them and maybe give them these crayon pictures that Donald Trump drew me. Boom.
Just capital guns, little bullets shooting at you.
Stick people.
To you. Fire over flags. Me. So, well, if that happens, then do they arrest him like en masse? Is it like that? Is it like a Scorsese movie where all of a sudden on one day everybody's taken down?
I am picturing like a corkboard with their pictures and
like a
strings.
Bunch of strings.
Yeah.
You think so? Is that how they would do it? Or would it just be like, we're indicting you, please show up at the courthouse?
I would say next, after the Proud Boys, next, because that trial starts next week, right?
Yeah, so Oath Keepers are done.
Choppity chop.
Now it's the Proud Boys.
It's kind of like Nuremberg, right? Weren't they just like walk them in, let's go?
But then we've got Roger Stone. What was, depending on what he was pardoned on, I don't think he was pardoned on seditious conspiracy because who thought that was a thing?
But Flynn too.
Flynn, Giuliani, who's been very quiet.
Yeah.
All those dumb attorneys,
He's
Sidney, Dr. Pepper, Cardigan. Lady, what's her name? Sydney
Powell, and then the girl
Jenna
who got
Ellis.
farted on. Yeah,
the fartee, if you will.
I object, Your Honor.
That's the farter.
Her look is hilarious. Her you're in court, bro.
Is that in the transcript now?
She objected to him. Yeah,
he held a press conference next to a dildo shop at a landscaping company, and then farted on a hot mic. That's how Mayor Giuliani went out.
Yeah, man. Wow.
And has now been disbarred.
By the way, and really, to the rest of the world, that really is America's mayor. Yeah. He farts and does speeches at a dildo shop. That's America. That's pretty much nailed it. You nailed it.
That's how they see us.
So if this guy goes, this Jack Smith guy, he answered some questions. I didn't hear him, but I guess they interviewed him a little bit. He's very straight. He's like Mr. Rogers except violent.
That is a code name. First of all,
he is not
Jack
Mr.
Smith.
Rogers. Yeah, it's like I'm getting that vibe a little more.
That's Project Adventure, right?
Yes.
Come on.
Maybe that's why I like him so much, with his weird turtleneck and his weird eyes.
Oh, you can do it. You really
wow, he's not that. Come on.
Yes, he does.
No, put your hair back.
This is the picture of him right here.
Let's freeze frame this.
No, he doesn't have. He's not showing his teeth. Just put your lips together. Oh my god, it's got weirder. Great. Yeah, I'm not afraid of that guy at all. I'm like,
what a badass.
Okay, that's him.
I would say bring it on with your googly eye. Is what I would say.
He just looks like he's gonna have some stuff up and not care.
He's a guy that if you walk with that beard in the alley, you'd be like, oh fuck.
Mr. Smith, I would like you to know, because I know you listen to this podcast, that I really like you a lot. Yeah. I'm saying I find you to be dangerously sexy.
He can see you,
like this at all.
Call us.
I don't.
Us, I mean.
I know what you're getting for Christmas.
He would be mad if he just called me and be like, oh, I want to talk to Jack Smith.
So Trump came out. So the first thing Trump did, so Trump's scared of this guy. They actually did some background into this guy, and they were like, "Oh shit!" Because the next thing that Trump did was go after his wife. His wife was a producer on that movie called Becoming, that Michelle Obama was, and she gave $2,000 to Biden's campaign, and people were like, he's partisan, and everybody went, Clarence Thomas, Jenny Thomas. And
Yeah,
then,
just
and
bite
then
me.
shit got really quiet really quick. She was
Trump
paid for
has
that.
been truthing constantly, claiming that Merrick Garland appointing Smith is proof that the DOJ is corrupt and weaponized against him. I'm trying to find, what did he say exactly? Yes, he's tweeted or truthed about how his wife Katie has worked as a producer on Michelle Obama's documentary. She also twice donated to Biden's presidential campaign. I mean, come on, that's him.
It's a killer.
He's a killer.
He's a killer, man.
stone
He's
cold
a
That
killer.
guy's there will be blood.
You're right. That's it.
Oh.
Holy shit.
I
That's
will
why.
drink your milkshake.
Yes, that's who you put him
Yeah.
next to. Wow, he said the fully weaponized monster, Jack Smith, which is always good to call the guy who's responsible for investigating you a monster publicly, shouldn't be let anywhere near the political persecution of President Donald J. Trump. He calls himself President Donald J. Trump.
Third person.
I did nothing wrong on January 6th and nothing wrong with the Democrats' fix on the document hoax, that is, unless the 6 previous presidents did something wrong.
What?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Word salad.
Like he's weird. He goes down this road, and you're like, you almost got to a sentence, dude. Almost.
That includes Reagan. That includes the 6.
Yeah.
Here, also, when will you invade Bill and Hillary's home in search of the 33,000 emails? He still thinks emails are on paper. I keep wanting to tell him it's not.
Yeah.
It's digital. They're
Yeah.
in this. Okay.
They did. They investigated it 12 times. 12 times.
He said repeatedly they need to search her file boxes, and I'm like, bro, emails. It's okay.
They're not at Mar-a-Lago.
Okay,
You
so
don't
can
find
someone
them.
explain what the fuck a server is to this guy? He keeps saying the server. We gotta find the servers. They came and got the servers. What are you talking
That's
about?
a waitress, am I right?
Okay. After receiving a subpoena from U.S. Congress, when will you invade the other presidents' homes in search of documents, which are voluminous, which they took with them, but not nearly so openly and transparently as I did? He said.
Like what? Like
So you just said
Committed.
it.
could you? Could you imagine like a judge listening to him and just with his head in his hand, the judge just going, Jesus Christ.
I did it more in your face than they did.
Yeah, I stole this stuff out in the open.
So I'm innocent.
So Obama, NARA there's a facility in Chicago that's where all of where Obama's library is going to be, where basically all of Obama's papers are. They are controlled and kept by the National Archives. And by the way, Bush and everybody else, National Archives.
I know. And then the
only
National Archives came out and said,
Yeah.
it's not true.
It's not true.
We are in possession of all.
The only motherfucker that took him to his house and put him in his linen closet
on display in a case.
and then showed
them
people,
off.
and then had 45 empty top secret folders.
Then refused to give them back. Then lied and said he gave them all back. That was
Then
the
hit some.
problem. Had he
And now
given
he's saying,
them
I
back,
did steal them, and I did it in front of everybody.
This would have blown over if he had just given them back.
Uh-huh.
We probably
Uh-huh.
never
Yeah.
would have heard about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, shit. Here, take.
But
Yeah,
they
I
but
forgot.
he
Oops.
wouldn't give them
They
back.
asked for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then they finally filed suit. Then they told him, we're going to come get him. And he was like, fuck you. And then they came and got him. He's like, can't believe they came get him.
Now he said you've gotten all of them, and they didn't. Then they raided and found more.
Yep.
Here's another one. Jack Smith. Nice soft name, isn't it?
Wow. I wonder if
I
Jack,
get it,
I wonder if
Donald
Jack's
Trump.
withdrawing
I
from the
get
case now. What if he's withdrawing from the
is
case
a
now?
political hitman, totally compromised and shouldn't be allowed anywhere near our already highly, all caps,
my
weaponized and
tabloids.
corrupt Justice Department and FBI, which are stuffed with and listening to radical left monsters who will cause difficulties for our country, the likes of which we have not seen before. That's all one sentence.
Can we talk about the radical left for a second?
Yeah,
Can we
please.
talk
let's
about
see.
the comma and period?
Yeah, right.
Like, just,
The
no?
punctuation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Going into Donald Trump's punctuation is really a deep dive.
All in caps?
We're basically, just to find it, we have to be Indiana Jones. Just to get
A period. He's trying to get the
I found a
period.
period.
Running from a giant period boulder.
So speaking of which, your best friend we had dinner with on Monday, and he carried his purse, and I called it a purse before you sat down, and he said, it's a satchel.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones wears a satchel. He was
By the
so-
way, that's his thing. I did it to him once, and he said the same thing to me. He has decided he doesn't like stuff in his pants pockets, so he's decided to wear this
It's a satchel. Like Indiana Jones. So
let's talk about the radical left. So this is a phrase that the GOP is great at this. They're great at coming up with a couple of words, phrase to describe the side. The radical left, Antifa. They come up with these phrases. I'd like to define what the radical left is. Here's what the radical left is. The radical left is about freedom to vote. The radical left is about freedom to be who you are. The radical left is about freedom to marry who you love. The radical left is healthcare for everybody. The radical left is infrastructure. The radical left is making sure that rich people pay their fair share. The radical left is about the Constitution. And the radical left is about standing for America and what our values are. That's radical. What that means is you people on the right are not part of America. You co-opted the word patriot, and yet
I hate that.
But nothing you do is patriotic.
I was just sitting in my car in the parking lot talking to my dad, and we were talking about his diagnosis and the test that he has to have, and he has to call the VA and see if they're covered, and if they're not covered. I said, well, you have Medicare, right? And TRICARE from the military and da-da-da. And he said, yeah, Medicare pays first, though. And if the VA doesn't cover, and I said, well, you better hope that, and then I went, wait, I say you better hope, except you voted for them. The people that you voted in, they want to get rid of Medicare and Social Security, and it gets very quiet. And he goes, what? And I said, yeah, you can go online and read Kevin McCarthy's plan, which I did at Grandma's loudly.
What Grandma say?
She was trapped under cardigans.
Yeah,
she couldn't.
Afghan. A bunch of college people visit her. No, it's Afghans, not cardigans.
Not Letterman jackets, you idiot.
So, and then I said, yeah, Dad, when they get back in power, that's one of the first things they're going to do. They said that.
They said it.
And then he said, well, I don't understand. And then I get these bills, and these bills are crazy. And I said, oh, I'm still getting bills for my surgery. And he said, well, that's ridiculous. And I said, all other industrialized countries have socialized healthcare. They all have good healthcare that they pay for with their taxes. There aren't poor people that can't afford to be taken care of, like a basic human right. And it gets very quiet again. I realize, okay, I'm losing him. And I said, but anyway, maybe you'll think about that next time you vote. I got to go inside and do the podcast. And he was like, okay, then. Well, sometimes I just do like drive-bys.
What people don't, by the way, you're good at it too, because I can't. You know me. I'll go, let me explain to you what's going on.
And then
Do
you just drop your phone?
Well,
boom.
Yeah.
Well, basically, when I start talking to the family that believes this stuff, it's like when they hit the emergency button and the guard and the steel gates go crank. No one's hearing shit.
Yeah.
Well,
she has a way they're hovering over the button. They're like, what? Yeah.
Oh, I'm concerned for you. You should hear this. That's how I do it.
But here's the thing: if you look at what other countries do when it comes to healthcare, here's what happens in our country. So you get sick. Eventually, listen, we're all going to get sick. Gonna happen. Gonna happen. There's no one's just going to be healthy and then die. No, it's going to be. You're going to get sick. You're going to need care, and all that money you've saved in your life, all that money you've put into your house, all those payments, you're going to have to get a loan out of those payments to pay what insurance doesn't cover. So our country is built on this, the thing that all your money now gets transferred to corporations before you die. You don't get to pass it to your kids. You don't get to pass it to your family. You don't get to take care of anybody. You're going to give your money to medical care. That's what's going to happen. And insurance covers so little of it. It would not be hard to switch our system up because there's models worldwide. Iceland, Sweden, Finland. There's models worldwide. Yeah, but tax is going to be high. What do we pay in California now? What do we pay? Like, what is our tax rate in California? It's 38% plus 13%.
It's very high.
Yeah, but doesn't California have us healthcare? We have a different healthcare. Don't we have our own healthcare now?
We have covered California. That if
as an option.
You don't have to, but it's basically, since Obamacare, it's like an exchange where you can go and it's based on your income. And so feasibly, people that don't make any money could get health care for
nothing,
a few dollars or something.
So Jen, can you get on that?
Anybody could.
I didn't think about that. They should sign up just in case.
Jen was going to do it. I mean, anybody can. It's all based on your current.
So easy to deal with the bureaucracy too, wasn't it?
Ugh. But that was the first year, and I thought we all had to be on it, and I didn't know. I was very confused. But now,
we pay a shitload for health care.
And I still got like 9 bills after my surgery.
Right, and we still ended up paying after your surgery. It was like $10,000. We
walked in before my surgery, which I had scheduled Dr. booked. Everything was handled. Did pre-op. Walked into the hospital that morning, stressed AF, and they lead us into a room with a bookkeeping lady who tells us that what we need to pay first was like $2,800 before they would even let me go and have a room.
Yeah.
Because if I couldn't pay that, I wasn't going to get this surgery that they said I had to have.
Yeah.
So awesome.
This big for-profit medical industry that we have, there's so much money in it. That's why it's so hard to take it down.
Right. Well, no, it wouldn't be if Citizens United wasn't part of the deal.
Right.
If corporations could not pay our politicians, if it was illegal, like it used to be illegal, you couldn't. In fact, we had congressmen taken out when I was a kid because of this.
Yeah.
If it wasn't legal to pay the politicians, it would be less. But because it's not, the people with the most money buy the most politicians, get the laws they want passed. And that's why electric cars are taking so long, and that's why our healthcare system is fucked. And
it's a big circle.
Well, Garland said it, man. There was an interview with Garland. He was on it was on Bill Maher, old Bill Maher show, like Politically Incorrect, years and years ago. And someone said, you can't say it. There's not a conspiracy to keep the poor people poor. And Garland stops and he goes, it's not a conspiracy. There's not an email. He goes, but all these people go to the same schools. They know each other. They know exactly what the plan is. And it's not a meeting. They all just have the same idea that's passed down generation after generation after generation. And that's why the system is so fucked. I'm praying because the young people, for the first time in my life, that's why when I did that bit in the last special about millennials, first time in my life, David Hogg, kids like that, where I'm like, you guys have said, fuck it, I'm standing for this.
Well, there's a societal agreement on different people's place in society, that it's an unspoken agreement that people don't even realize that they're buying into and being a part of. Some people do, but some people don't. And so you're right, it is handed down. You know, I was raised to know that no matter what, I was going to college. There was no other option. Your ass goes to college.
Right.
You were not raised to think that. That was not something on your radar.
I was told.
Could have left it. You were not raised
college. I was told flat out, you ain't going to college.
But that's just a small example of where I just thought, well, that's life. That's what you do. That's how this works. You know, I'm going to have health care. I always have, and I always will, right? It's the way that I learned quickly once I got in college. That shit don't work like that.
No.
But it's just an agreement. I had a discussion with my grandma. We have older people alive today that lived in a much more strong agreement with much less dissension. And we had a little confrontation last night on the phone.
Basically,
I'm doing the Lord's work, but
basically,
don't say nope.
I would say MLK, the ghost of MLK invaded you yesterday.
Yes.
You want to tell it? I'll just put a giant sensor over the whole thing.
This can't be said because Grandma may listen to the podcast.
Grandma won't listen, but other people do, and I just, she's learning or not. But I'm trying. I'm doing my best. This episode at Christmas time brought to you by Truff.
Yo!
You guys.
I had it yesterday, the day before. I'm going to have it tonight.
You know what I didn't do? And when I got the little Truff bottles, you know what I should have done? Because they get empty so fast? I should have made ornaments out of them.
Yeah.
I should have made some
more. That would have
been little, they're caps.
Yeah, because the little plastic. I could have drilled a little hook in.
Yeah.
I could have made
I'm doing that. Done.
We're going to Truff Christmas ornaments.
You could actually, because the way the cap is, you could make it a Santa.
Yeah. Yeah.
The little bottle would be the body.
Yeah.
And that could be
snowman.
the beard. You would just put the eyes and the hat on him.
Okay, I'm not going to go that far. I just want Truff on the tree.
Oh.
So,
okay, geez.
We
do have a Truff stocking that is badass. It's massive and black velvet with the Truff logo on it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
We got last night. She made these stuffed peppers, and it's such a habit now because this company got us. I go, you see, pray in front of me, it just happens. Plate in front of me. I get up, I go Truff, no matter what it is.
Yes.
I usually just bring it to you because I know. We actually just had someone write in, and I need to read it again, but they use the pasta sauce, the arrabbiata, as soup. They cook it and add chopped tomatoes and different things like that. I need to go back and look
You
at
could
what
eat
it was.
straight, baby.
Yeah.
We had there was another email last week where someone was like, I've been hearing about it for a while. I finally went and bought it. And then all caps, oh my God. Game changer. They said game changer.
So all of these products are infused with 100% real black winter truffle or white truffle. So it's not synthetic or artificial. I think that's probably why it tastes so good. They have gift sets right now, which are killer for Christmas. I was just on their website because someone loves it. They now have the white hotter sauce. They have truffle oil. They have the 2 kinds of truffle mayo, which we love. Make the best sandwich
we're
ever.
out of spicy, by the way.
I know. That's why I was on the website.
Okay.
They have pasta sauces. They have the salt. They have merch on there now. They have this badass black hat and black. They just got cool stuff right now for Christmas. So go check it out because their gift sets are a killer gift. And right now, if you go to Truff.com and use promo code Titus, you'll get 15% off site-wide and free shipping on everything that you order. That's 15% off everything at Truff, Truff, as in fire.com, promo code Titus.
Elevate your taste.
It is, it's a whole...
Elevate your taste, right?
The gift sets that they have right now, they come in those premium boxes with the metallic foil print. And
it's such a good gift, too. First of all, wasn't a big hot sauce guy. Once in a while, I'd grab Cholula, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I am now like hardcore. I could be a dealer.
It's on every time.
I guess I am.
You are. Every time I read like Oprah's favorite things for Christmas this year, they've been on her list 3 years in a row now.
Wow.
They're on it again, but Pop Sugar does a list. They were on that.
Yep.
So it's also a great host gift. If you go to a party, hand that to someone, change their lives.
Oh, instead of wine, bring Truff.
Yeah,
that's a way
great
better idea.
Especially because a lot of our friends don't need any more wine.
No, they don't. And we don't need any more wine. Oh, thanks.
Are you putting Truff in the wine?
No. By the way, if Truff made wine, I'd be like, I'll try this. I will try this.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm always waiting for the news. What's next?
Go to Truff.com.
I decided to see what you wanted to say, and apparently it was nothing.
Well, you're really good at. You always. What did Merrick Garland just say?
It was nothing.
There should already be a report on it.
Well, I didn't. Did you hear him speak today?
I did. I was just as we started the podcast. He was kind of in the middle of, but he was talking about the water in Missouri or Mississippi.
I didn't get to hear it, and so I thought. I thought when they said he was going to speak, I pictured you doing Droopy the dog. He held a briefing on the conviction of.
We will follow the evidence where it shows us to go. We will arrest those who committed crime in America.
He said DOJ.
That's Elmer Fudd, actually.
I think it was the same guy that did the voices. So.
He said, you got to do... Stuart Rhodes goes by Stuart, but all the news has been trolling him by calling him by his God-given name, Elmer. But he shot his own eye out. And there is a Looney Tunes graphic you could do for that with his...
Oh, it's going to go in
with his musket.
It's already in there. We're gonna,
okay.
We're on it.
Okay. Attorney General Merrick Garland said...
Look at the voice.
He talked about the 2 leaders being found guilty of seditious conspiracy. He said, as this verdict makes clear, the department will continue to work tirelessly to hold accountable those responsible for crimes related to the attack on our democracy on January 6th.
You know what I think they're doing? I was thinking this on the way over. Remember when this happened and we were like, arrest everybody? I remember January. We were like flipping out. And it's been 2 years. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So had that happened at that time, everybody's and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm the problem is hope is creeping back in, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't want to get my heart broken again. I feel like this whole DOJ thing and going after Trump has been like a girl that broke up with you 3 times and you kept going back.
But he appointed Jack Smith. That means that they're going after Trump. No, it's very specifically the only reason. Yep. No, he said in his briefing because Trump has decided to announce his candidacy 2 years from now. So he is bringing in a special counsel. So he told you flat out right there, we are investigating him in this sedition case.
And the only way
I need to bring another guy in now that he's running for office.
To take the politics out of it. Right. So here's what I think they're doing. And they have to, because if they arrested him instantly, then those Trump people would have just went nuts.
Yeah,
it would have
we'd
been a
have-
civil
This
war.
also says that Garland was against the charges for seditious conspiracy at first. That the DOJ investigators
I was-
had to.
She interrupted. I was in the middle of getting a point out. and
I
she
know,
just
but I'm
did the
backing
same
you
thing.
up. I'm
It's-
backing up your point and giving you a taste
But
of
what
your
made him
own
change, though?
shite.
What made him change? Because the FBI said we don't see seditious conspiracy, and then we found out that some of the FBI agents were on Trump's side. Then we found out like there's some shit that went down with the FBI is a little corrupt right now too. There's some trouble with the FBI.
Oh, don't jump on that bandwagon. I can't.
No,
Can't.
there was a
It's
couple.
such a Republican talking point right now.
No, but they weren't. They were on Trump's side.
Yeah, the Republicans
They're-
also.
Dude, okay.
Because the FBI said the FBI came out and reported there was no in February they were like there was no planning, and now and like yeah, we found a whole bunch of planning. What I think had they done it a year after, Trump was still had some power. What's happened in the last 2 years is that Trump keeps fucking up. Which we know he's going to do. He looks dumber and dumber.
Yep.
He looks now this whole thing with Nick Fuentes and Kanye. And now the Republicans are kind of creeping in like, yeah, we don't think we really want him running. And that's happening. And what they're doing is without those 2 years, I always get mad when things go wrong. And I always think I want it done on my timeline, whether it's getting a TV show or whatever. I want it done but that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. By waiting 2 years and doing this slow and building this crazy case, when it falls, the public on Trump's side is not going to be that much on Trump's side anymore because he's fucked up
It's
so
waned.
many times.
And we've
Yes.
given them another psychopath in DeSantis
Yeah,
to get
exactly.
behind.
They have a new psychopath that can
Yeah.
actually say
Yeah.
complete sentences most of the time.
Much more dangerous, by the way.
Yeah,
than
yes, I
Trump.
agree. But I think that now what will happen is we will get people mad. They will Fox News will bitch, but we're not going to have an attack. I don't think
It is definitely softened a bit.
Yeah, because I think people are trying to realize
The election made a lot of Republicans look stupid.
and also
Point being originally that Merrick Garland said no, but then investigators compiled a case, got a bunch of people to flip, took the evidence back to him
And he
and
went, "Oh,
said,
shit."
look what we have. And he signed off on it. And then they won it. So they were right. Sadly, Christine McVie of Fleetwood
I
Mac
know,
died.
I saw that.
Oh,
on
no.
the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So
Is that just a rumor?
Don't you
I don't know, but my tickets I got
Rumors.
are going to be less.
We had Fleetwood Mac tickets.
No, but wouldn't that have been sweet?
Oh God, I was gonna be like, damn it.
There would have been only 2 people on stage. Kind of like when you go see the Temptations. What I'm
There's no original Temptations.
It's just one guy.
It's just back to Mick Fleetwood. That's it.
It's one temptation. I am excited because the House committee, as of right now, has received Donald Trump's federal tax return. 6 years of federal tax
and they
return.
actually said all this stuff. Okay, so here's what I just heard today too. They're actually compiling the report for the January 6th committee. They are getting approval, except for top secret stuff, that they can release all of it, which means they're going to release all the information, and reporters are going to dig through that shit, and we're going to get. They have to do it like this, because if they don't do it like this, shit will break off in America. If they release all this shit and they have all this evidence against Trump and all these guys, even the hardest right guy is going to have to go like, well, fuck, I'm a patriot, because these people believe they're patriots.
Yeah, they almost have to convict him before they convict him. Like they've got to keep kind of pushing him in a corner.
So people go, fuck, all right,
Yeah, fuck him.
yeah. I think so. So what are they going to do with the taxes? Are they going to release them? Did they get them?
They have them.
Shit.
They are in hand as we speak.
Remember in 2015, he said, of course I'll turn my taxes over. Of course I will. The second the audit's over. 2015, he said he would give his taxes in. Then he fought from 2015. It is now almost 2023. I was being audited. By the way, no one can have the taxes seen when they're being audited. And then the IRS was, yeah, no, you can, yeah.
That's what it is.
and then he fought. People remember this. This guy you backed up. This fucking dude said, "I will give my taxes" in 2015. It is now almost 2023, and the Supreme Court had to actually say it because he fought every step of the way. He's a liar.
His Supreme Court said it.
Yeah, exactly. The dudes he put on.
Yeah, they declined to help him. This conviction actually gives DOJ a perfect record of convicting all Capitol rioters who they've taken to trial. More than 450 other have pled guilty, but they have taken 13 to trial, and this would be their 13th win.
What's left?
Proud Boys.
Proud Boys, and then so after Proud Boys, do we start going up the line to Flynn and those guys?
I'm sure that's already
the fucked up part.
It's being investigated.
Yeah, but
we know it is.
The fucked up part is now that the House is going to switch in 45 days. You know damn well that McCarthy and those guys are going to do everything they can to stop it. They're going to.
Yeah, we need to hurry up. Hurry up.
And remember this: we have a party right now in our government that's doing everything they can to subvert justice, and subvert basically indictments for people that tried to overthrow the fucking government. Do you know why? Because they tried to help. Yeah. They tried to overthrow the government down that January 6th vote. People forget that. It wasn't just randomly a bunch of dudes showed up on the 6th. That day was the vote to certify the election that Biden won. They did it to stop that. So how many, like 118 voted against it? You voted against certifying the election, which is fucking treason in my book. I'm sorry. There's no evidence of
We're both leaning in like, I'm ready to say something next.
There's no evidence of voter fraud. It's been 2 years. There's still no evidence of voter fraud. Kerry Lake, no evidence of voter fraud, and you guys keep saying it. And I think even Republicans are going like, just shut up.
They're tired. Well, some people are tired. Dumb ones are not. I can't wait to see how my family vacation goes next week. This episode brought to you by Fitbod, another great company in general, but also great for Christmas time, because after given my behavior on Thanksgiving, this becomes more and more important as we're just gearing up that kind of behavior for the holidays. You actually took your jet son, 18 years old, to the park the other day and designed your own Fitbod workout for him.
So I use Fitbod
with him
every workout. It is usually give me 10 exercises. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes.
Stretching across. Look at that. Yeah.
So I'm not kidding. It's working. Yeah. I'm not bullshitting you. And the great thing is, like, let's say, I shouldn't get it. I don't have the right equipment. Well, you get to go through and you get to pick all the equipment you have.
But also, you went to the park with no equipment.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just did.
Yeah, you can do body weight.
So he's been saying he's working out. Just like he's like, I've been working out. I'm like, all right, let's do it. I'll work out with you at the park. I go, I'll bring Fitbod.
No weights.
He was face down yesterday. Like, this is brutal.
Because we did a Fitbod here yesterday too. I know I have a climbing rope in the gym, so I put that in Fitbod, and they had a place for it too. So we go to the park, and we were doing pike push-ups, which is basically a shoulder exercise. And it's weird because they give you a video, and I had to go, no, you're because he was doing like a push-up with his butt a little bit raised. I'm like, oh no, dude, your butt needs to be almost over your head.
I hate them because it causes so much blood pressure in your head.
And so we get to the point where he's dying. He's dying.
Did you enter in like wheels in here and like
you can put all of it? Yeah.
Got a hot
you
rod.
mean tires?
No, you can't.
I thought you meant abs.
No, it has to be weight. It has to be weight. I got a ladder. I got a ladder and a shovel.
But I love
that.
I love that they had a climbing rope that you could choose.
Yeah, it had battle ropes, and then if you hit battle ropes, it gave you 4 different sections climbing rope.
So you add in your equipment, pick your fitness goal, and then Fitbod creates a routine for you. But then I've watched you select your exercises. Some you don't want to do, some you want to do.
So it'll give me a 10 exercise workout. What I'll do is I'll see certain. Sometimes it'll be incline push-ups or decline push-ups and then push-ups, and I'm like, well, that's kind of the same thing. So I'll pick the decline push-ups.
It's not the same.
It is a different part because it'll give me 2 other push-up workouts too. So I'll go,
especially when you don't work out. Like Jet was.
So I'll go hit.
Learned.
You just slide it over. It's replace exercise, and it gives you a list of the same muscle but a different exercise. I want to do different exercise. So then we did walkout. Yesterday we did walkout push-ups, and he was like, we did walkout push-ups. At one point he was fine. Like first 3, 5, 6, 7. He was like,
really.
I feel like that's a trainer thing where they don't want to kill you, so you want to keep coming, get it into your regular.
No, he's killed him.
I got to work tonight, Dad.
I backed it off a little bit.
Okay,
because I was going to 10 and I backed it off.
He called me and he goes, "Hey, his 58-year-old dad is in way better shape."
He said that.
The great thing about it too is that you can do it at home. You don't have to go to your COVID-y gym or drive anywhere, and that's what has really helped me is being able to just go downstairs and do it and look crazy. Women, no makeup, hair in a ball, crazy workout clothes, whatever you have, and just do your workout, and then you're done.
It's also easy to keep, because Fitbod is there all the time on your phone. It's really easy to keep the consistency, and you can do what you want, people. You can work out once a week. It ain't going to change anything.
And it tracks what you did, and
I log
your
it,
goals, your progress, and builds on top of that. It's a whole algorithm. So 1 year of Fitbod would be less than the cost of a single session with a personal trainer. Join Fitbod today, which Jet did, and build a routine that grows with you without slimming down your wallet. Get 25% off your subscription, or you can try the app for free if you go to fitbod.me/Titus. That's fitbod.me/Titus. So you can try it for free. That's what Jet did.
Do you know what it
first, right?
started doing though? It won't let me do chest and arms like
back to back.
It won't.
Oh,
it gives me. I can manually.
You can override it,
but it's like no. You're doing legs today. Fuck.
I love legs. Are my absolute favorite.
It's the opposite.
I did legs yesterday. I love it. I want to die. I want to not be able to breathe by the end of my workout yesterday because it was nonstop and like no rest and heavy weight, and plyometrics is your rest time.
Oh yeah.
And man, by the end, my glutes were like, man, like vibrating.
The one thing I wish for Fitbod, they would add a calisthenics section. That's what I would love. I would love a calisthenics section. Yeah.
Calisthenics, bringing that word back.
It's a big thing now. Have you seen those guys doing those push-ups?
In the gray sweatsuits.
Yeah, the gray.
Did you guys see it in those? No, you got it. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram. I stopped.
Old medicine balls all stitched together.
Guys, Team Titus is actually sending dates and stuff on Twitter. But I'm on. Shut up. I'm on Instagram. Calisthenics.
Leather hat, leather like
helmets or leather helmet.
With the chin guard.
That's everybody. Calisthenics. It's everybody. You should watch. You got to get on Instagram. You got to get.
I've been on
catch
Instagram
up.
before you were on Instagram.
Tires, lay out the tires and do the
welcome.
Yes.
Welcome
Ray
to
Bradley,
2023.
RAE or Titus Nation on Instagram. We're all on there.
The Highlander.
The Highlander.
LHYLInder. I didn't respell it.
Okay, your real
That's the
name
spelling.
with
Yes.
the ER. Okay.
Can I say that I am so he said this yesterday. I go, I'm off Twitter, and I said I've noticed a difference. He goes, yeah, I've noticed a difference.
Yeah, not
Billy was actually surprised, very surprised. His wife said she wants him to get off of it too, but he's not so bad on it. But Billy kind of started trying to convince him to get back on it at dinner, and I was like,
He said you got to fight him, and I go, I don't find it. I go, Elon Musk is fucking it up. He actually cut loose all the engineers. There was 3 today. There was a thing where there's some people that have basically called him out and go, dude, you're ruining the site. Fired him.
You don't even have to be on it; just be reading it. Like you don't have to be actively typing. Yeah. You could just see what the conversations are.
This happened last night.
Lady today.
This happened.
Is
what?
Very, Jenny, my nail person. She's very into stock. By the way, your manicures, they're all millionaires because they all invest in the stock market. The whole place does. I'm
cash, though, so.
And they're all pretty right leaning. They hate Pelosi, but anyway, she
but they
was
don't know why.
Going on and on about Elon Musk. I didn't know he has 9 kids.
Yeah.
I didn't know. She tells me all this stuff, and then she said that he just did a perfume, one of those launches, sold out, of course. Like help because he wants help paying for Twitter. He's trying to get out of it. They won't let him out. And they said that he just tweeted, I hate this already or something like that. Like,
yeah, it's coming
2 weeks
apart.
in.
Well, what he started doing. So here's the weirdest part about Twitter for me with Elon Musk. You got to remember, and full disclosure, I was a monster fan of this guy.
Yes,
you got to understand what
he was one of your hall passes. I'm agreeing.
I know you're interrupting me
Sorry,
though.
I'll agree again.
After someone who got a lecture for
I'll
being
agree
interrupted.
again.
So what? So when it came to
SpaceX, Diamond Mind,
Emerald Mine, by the way.
You can't stand it.
His father had an Emerald, was investor in an Emerald Mine. He had some base money, some seed money, started PayPal, made a bunch of money at PayPal, sold PayPal, used that money, and he started SpaceX. SpaceX actually, so we had, you get people, I don't know if people realize this, because Elon Musk wasn't always this crazy. It's what Rick says. Money plugs an amplifier into the asshole you already are. And he's the richest man in the world. So we were paying the Russians. People don't know this. We were paying the Russians for rockets to get to the International Space Station. America was buying rockets from Russia to send our guys to space. Doesn't seem to be the best deal, does it? Especially after Russian. So Musk came up with a way to cut the price by 2/3. Then NASA, by the way, and he put everything on the line. You have to admit, this guy put everything on the line. He was down to his last. He said, had NASA not come up with the money for SpaceX in that December, that he would have lost Tesla and everything.
So wait a minute, Musk started the war in Ukraine? Is that what happened?
No,
they got pissed?
He also was sleeping in the factories to get stuff done. We really admired his work ethic and his...
Right. But the same with Kanye, too, though. Here's the weird thing. Here's the weird parallels between Musk and Kanye. So then Musk meets this guy Eberhard, who actually has this technology for Tesla, and Eberhard comes to the company. Well, Eberhard was the CEO, started Tesla, and Musk goes, "Yeah, but I trademarked the name." That was. They had a big Twitter war.
Who did?
Eberhard, the guy, and he's the guy who kind of reinvented the electric car. The electric car's been around since 1903, but either way. Musk did, I will say this, did go out of his way to make it happen. He made SpaceX, he brought space back. What has happened? I don't understand why this guy who's literally changing the world with electric cars and changing the world with space travel again, for some fucking reason, got involved in this iPhone app. What? And he keeps talking about free speech up until Apple says we're not going to advertise on Twitter anymore. Then he says Apple hates free speech. No, them not buying ads is fucking free speech.
Right.
What are you talking about? And so I don't quite understand why this. And he's tweeting all the time,
constantly.
And and by the way, and this is me saying it, dude, tone it down.
He's now taking on Tim Cook with Apple. He's starting a whole.
Well, Tim Cook invited him, and he thanked him for touring. Tim Cook toured Apple with him.
I thought that he was trolling him because he just posted a picture of a dirty pond, and said, "Thanks for taking me."
When was that, today?
Yeah, he just did.
Oh no! See, he
tweeted, Apple is threatened to withhold Twitter from its app store, but won't tell us why.
This was a couple days ago.
Yeah, that was. But he's been going on and on and on. But today, 1 hour ago, said that.
So he's still trolling Apple.
Here's
the thing. So Tim Cook, by the way, Apple has got $2 trillion in cash reserves. $2 trillion in cash reserves. So what he wanted to do was Tim Cook was like, "Hey man, why don't you come see our factory?" They own a town. They own Cupertino. Yeah. And it's a building that surrounds Cupertino. So this is what a real factory looks like.
The day after that, today, Apple's stock is up 7 points and Twitter his is down.
Well, here's the crazy shit. Here's the Elon Musk Kanye crazy. Elon Musk says, "You know what? If you're going to pull our app off of Apple Store, then I'm going to invent a new iPhone. I'm going to come up with my own phone." You just want to go, fuck, dude. Like what? Like, why don't you go to get us to Mars? To keep doing what you're doing. Make the electric car better. Like, what the fuck are you doing with this social media stuff? And I can't take it anymore. So the reason people say Titus, people were mad that I left Twitter. Go ahead.
Because you can't take it, and because you're frankly at a 12 today, we all could use a little feels. This episode brought to you by Feels.
You can always tell when the feels one's coming.
A company that works. Yeah, I just let you get cranked and then think,
I know what you need.
Somebody needs his feels. Another killer gift to give someone, a great stocking stuffer if you like that person, or if you don't like that person, this might help with that.
I'm easier to like after a couple drops of feels.
If that person has anxiety, stress, sleepless nights, pain, things like that we all seem to have, especially more now, it is a safe method to relieve pain. You're not killing your liver with acetaminophen and ibuprofen and things like that. This definitely really helped my mom a lot.
There's been studies that show better brain connections and stuff. There's stuff like there's studies.
There's so many studies online you can go read. Read real ones, not ones that Elon Musk would post about CBD and the difference that it can make. Feels as a premium CBD. It also helps you feel better. It helps keep your head clear. It also comes straight to your door, so you don't have to go get it. It gets delivered whenever you have it set up to come. Naturally supports reducing stress, anxiety, pain, sleeplessness, no hangover, no addiction. Helps with my sleeplessness. Helps when I have anxiety.
I have a story for yesterday.
Okay.
So I was in a mood yesterday. Everything went wrong. No matter where. If I got in my car, I was
Banged your head.
Whatever
Yes.
happened. Everything went wrong. Ask her. I was mad. I was actually mad, and I got home and I was still mad. And I went into the room where the other TV is, and I said I got to go play guitar for a while after I play with the dogs. Because the dog will not play the game like the dogs always play the game.
He was getting mad and yelling because the Groucho especially
playing the dogs.
He demands ball playing every night around 8:39.
Demands it.
It's a whole thing. And Chaplin is doing it again. Chaplin's like a puppy, but he has a routine, and he throws the ball down our hallway, and they slide and get the ball and run past each other. It's chaos. I have great video of it.
Groucho's changed the game, so now I have to get up and get the ball. He won't bring the ball back.
He's yelling last night, "You're not playing the game right." And Groucho's 4 pounds, like looking at him. "You're not playing right, and this isn't fun for me anymore. So I'm not gonna." And I was like, "He is playing the game right because it's his game.
Because he's a dog and doesn't understand the rules of the game."
And meanwhile, Groucho's like, he's so happy.
So I get up and I got 2 drops of Feels, and I went and I played guitar for about half an hour. I worked on Walk Like a Man, Springsteen, where I learned it. I was learning that, and it was so bizarre. After about 35 minutes, all my stress was gone. Everything was gone. I got up and I went back to bed and I was fine.
Yeah. So you need this. Start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/Titus, and you'll get 50% off your first order and free shipping. So that's half off your first order and free shipping. FEALS.com/Titus. Become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feels.com/Titus.
If it were a ukulele, it probably would have had the opposite effect.
Man, I would be so mad.
You don't know. He wouldn't know.
If I had walked into that room and there was a ukulele, I'd have been like, no.
This high-pitched, only Hawaiian.
Also, don't forget they have that hotline that you can call for free if you have questions. I highly recommend it. I saw it make a massive difference for my mom.
I say it every week,
lots of people.
I say it every week, but I love our products. I love our products.
I do too.
Yeah, because we live in a capitalist society and we need products, because we don't need to charge people to listen to
to pay for healthcare, pay for...
God. So Musk keeps saying, "I love humanity," and for a guy to take Twitter and let all the assholes back on, that's not a guy who loves humanity.
No.
You're a dude.
Of all the things that he could have invested in and revamped,
right? 44 billion. Do you wonder what that would have done? Inventing, coming up with a
clean water thing for these
a water filter, a fold-out homeless shelter thing that you could set up. Like the guy could have proved that he loved humanity. What he proved was he really thinks that the assholes of humanity need to have their voice. There's a reason that for so many years we didn't hear about Nazis. I'm not saying they didn't exist. They had their own little compounds. They were around. They would get discovered once in a while, and then the government would go in and shut them down or burn them down like Waco. But he wasn't a Nazi. He was just a dude that they didn't like that he had guns.
But their flags were like just in a room, in a living room.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, they weren't on the street.
They weren't flying high.
Nazi flags. They weren't flying Nazi flags.
Out marching.
Right. And to let those people back on, I mean, society is supposed to self-regulate. And eventually what happens is I got to the point with Twitter where I was like, all the assholes started coming back. He let all the assholes back on. And he said, I'm giving everybody amnesty who got kicked off to see how they do it. And I was like, and then you let Kanye and Trump back on, and Trump tried to split the country in two and fucked us. Like a million people died, and you're letting that guy back on. And I go, you don't like humanity at all. You lying fuck. You're just lying. So
the good news is House Ways and Means Committee has 6 years of Trump's tax records, primarily from the time he served as president. It's going to be a big effing deal, in the words of Joe Biden.
We get to see how much
this
he made.
Includes
Holy shit.
And what he wrote off. Red trees.
This includes his personal taxes as well as several of his corporate entities.
Oh, no.
They're not going to immediately release them to the public. They are going to meet as a caucus to discuss how to handle this and get legal advice on how to proceed. So this is a big effing deal.
But this sounds like they're swinging their caucus.
He would not yet say if they're going to release any of them. They're going to release them. So anyway, I just thought that was...
Do you know what's interesting about that? Is
awesome.
The Republicans, by backing Trump and by letting him continue to go, the only way they can win now with all this information, all the shit he did with the pandemic, everything he did over those last 4 years and the last 6, let's just go to the whole, everything he's done, and now this is coming out, and plus all the stuff that's going on with Georgia and New York with Letitia James. Do you realize the Democrats the Republicans have to get rid of him. If they don't get rid of him, everybody who runs against any Republican can just go, this is their fucking leader.
Yeah.
This is the guy they think is good.
Yeah. He's taking them down and now they know it.
They're just waking up to it. But whatever he has on Lindsey Graham and these other people, he still has that shit on him. I would not be surprised if someone Epsteined him.
Do you know what's Trump?
Yeah.
Do you know what's interesting to me is that how do these people continue to be behind him? This is a president of the United States of America, which means he works for you, all of us.
Right.
And he has been fighting and tying up our court systems, which cost us money,
Millions
our
and
tax
millions.
dollars, just fighting to not have to show his financial data from when he was president of the United States of America.
And every other president.
It's like we are so desensitized to this, but I've said this before when we were in Scotland and one of the cab drivers said, how can you have a president that's filed for bankruptcy? We can't have that. How could you ever wouldn't that person be compromised in many ways? And
But
we
he was
were
a
like,
reality
dude,
star.
you don't even know the half of it. That's just the base.
Yeah,
we moved past that right away. So I don't know. I don't get it. I'm so frustrated, but I am going to grandma's and meeting my sister and her husband there on Sunday and hanging out with grandma because she hasn't been doing, she's better.
She's better. Yep.
She had a really rough go of it and she's not going to do chemo anymore, but people keep giving her Afghans anyway because I guess you give old people Afghans when they're sick and she's tired of it.
I'm getting her like a day at the go-kart track. I'm with grandma. We're going to go-kart.
Dude,
That's a fun idea.
Grandma's most favorite day of her life, she said. And that would include my birth, my sister's birth, her wedding day.
Right.
Oh, it's a dune buggy.
The birth of all three of her kids was the dune buggy. He took her in Malibu in the hills where it's like really, really fast, rocky hills, full speed in the dune buggy, and took Aunt Kathy too and just floored it. And they were like, woo, having the time. She came back. I've never seen her like that.
That was fun.
It was crazy. This episode also brought to you by Athletic Greens. A product.
Do you realize how between Fitbod, feels Athletic Greens, how
you're a superhero,
and then Truff, and then you get to eat some dinner with some Truff on it. We are like this is the healthiest ass podcast.
I'm just going to say this. You need Athletic Greens through the holiday season. Not only because it's cold and flu season and COVID season, but also because you're eating shite and drinking. And this makes such a big difference. You just said to me yesterday, we do our own ads in the house without even meaning to because we love the products. And you said, I need to have that every day.
Yep.
It makes a difference. And it really does. It's a noticeable difference.
Yeah, we weren't on the podcast.
No,
I would
we
just
were
go,
alone.
babe, I need every morning. I need that.
And anyway, so I started taking it because of my digestive health. It's 9-day difference. I do not have those problems anymore. I also took it because I have lower immunity, and this helps with strengthening your immune system. It's all this stuff that we need that we can't possibly eat in a day or take all the pills in a day. You get it in this one scoop of this powder. You put it in a shaker bottle with water. You shake it up and it tastes good. And you're done. That's it. You're done for the day.
Out energy your 18-year-old son.
Yeah, no shit.
That's an easy. I mean,
he looked at me a couple times. What did I make him do? I made him do something the other day. And
push-ups.
No, it was something. It was like a combination exercise. Oh, I know it was. We were just doing rotators. And I go, okay, so you got to do left side push up, right side push up, and that's one. He goes, that's one?
Rotators?
Yeah, rotator push-ups. What do you call them?
Thrusters.
They call thrusters, rotators. I do bouncers.
You do bouncers.
I do bling bangs. I have a lot of different names for stuff. I know what they mean. It doesn't matter what you know. It doesn't matter what you know.
It does. That is one of the great benefits of this as well. Like Ken said, more energy, optimized immune system, better gut health. You don't like taking all the pills and vitamins and eating all that green stuff. It tastes good. It's pretty stupid. And you will notice a difference when you have it and when you don't have it. I have it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. When you do one little scoop, you're absorbing 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. It's one. Think about all the broccoli you would have to eat.
Right. And it's this much water with the thing, and I'm down and I'm done.
And if you have, if you're keto, this is keto. It's no GMOs, no artificial anything, no nasty chemicals in it. It's you go online and read about this product. It's killer product. So right now it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into flu, cold, COVID season. 1 scoop of water every day, and that's it. No need for all the pills and supplements. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.
The guy that invented it, what I love about the product is it wasn't some marketing guy that said, we need to get the health of markets is a $23 billion market. Let's do this. It was a guy who was like, I don't feel good. Yeah, he goes, I don't feel good. I need to invent something that works for me. Invented it and then realized what he
invented.
And it was
costing him $100 a day to take all the supplements.
That's what I
needed.
love. It was like, because the guy didn't.
He had gut issues.
Yeah, he didn't invent a product to make money. He was like, I need to save me.
And the fact that you can take, you just said you could take it on an empty stomach.
Yeah,
vitamins
it doesn't make you sick
can't
at
do
all.
that.
Yeah,
They're like, no, take it with food because you're going to vomit and it won't absorb.
But if you pee after those vitamins, you can light up a room. That does not.
Yeah,
this subject.
right.
Yeah, you don't have the weird pee. That's true. You don't, because you absorb
plutonium.
them. You're not flushing them out instantly. Right. So all you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Titus. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Titus to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Try it. It's a great gift too, especially if you know someone that, because it's, what is it, like 70-something% of people in the United States suffer from some type of digestive issue.
I just think I
give
think
this to someone that you know that needs
health,
energy, is getting sick a lot, having got great Christmas gift. This is the gift where they'll be like, why'd you give me this green stuff? And then a month later they'll be like, holy
they'll be like,
shit.
why'd you give me this green stuff? And how come I got a Fitbod app too?
Dad,
what are you saying about me? I've got to finish my ham sandwich. I think that what I've noticed, so I amped up my workouts. I was doing maybe 2-3 times a week, which I thought was enough. Wasn't even close enough. I'm doing 5-6 now.
Nice.
I have to be honest, totally different. Although I am sore a lot more. I did that leg workout with the other day, and I couldn't. It's like 4 days. Like I did it so hard because Fitbod.
That's because you don't do it a lot. You don't love to do legs a lot.
Fitbod, I have to do what the app says, and so I have to get through all 10 because I feel like I win.
Yeah,
like I get I don't stop the workout early.
Does Athletic Greens? Sorry, go ahead.
With Jed, I actually let it go early because he was dying. He was dying.
Are you recouping with your protein? Does Athletic Greens have a protein powder too? They might have a protein shake. They
just do this product, which is really all you need. This is not a protein supplement.
But for us at home, can you put it in our?
You could blend it.
Do you put it in?
Oh, you totally. I sometimes do, because the taste it's almost like a tropical taste. Yeah,
so
you could make, because I always put spinach in our smoothies too, because you can't taste that either. This you can put in a fruit smoothie, and
could you put it in
you're done.
In my smoothie in the morning? Because by the way, my wife makes me smoothies, and she's the awesomest.
Can you put it in our? It does have a little bit of protein in each serving, because this is what I'm such a health nerd.
By the way, we're off the ad now. We're actually talking about your health. We're talking about your health now. I
looked at something online because I wanted to see. I'm such a health geek, and when you look at the raw superfood that they have in this, it's like you're getting organic spirulina, chlorella, which is huge. I take those pill supplements, or I used to. Organic barley, carrot root powder, spinach leaf. I mean, it's like you're getting crazy stuff. It does have alkaline pea protein isolate. It does. So that's what I wanted to look up. The list is so long, you guys just got to go look online. You can click on ingredients, but this is
you know what Instagram has done for me? There's a lot of guys, fitness guys, a lot of because the algorithm will grab you. If you like a couple of things, you're in, you're done.
They will flood you.
And then all of a sudden you can't find, like, wait, I want to see other stuff too. And they're like, nope.
These 3.
Yeah. And so, but there's a lot of people that are talking about health stuff, and they were talking about, like alcohol. I'm getting a lot of stuff about what alcohol does to your system.
Oh yeah.
And I like wine. I like my wine, but I started to really kind of get that it literally shuts your metabolism down for 24 hours. It's 36 hours.
Oh, wow.
It does crazy. It does. It's not great.
Oh, my dermatologist always says, like if you're coming there to get Botox or injections or anything like that, he says he has bleeders, and he'll ask them if they drank, and they'll be like, 3 days ago he used to work in emergency rooms, and he said, oh, you drink, and that thins your blood out for 3 to 4 days. So they would see people coming in the emergency room from an accident and bleeding like so much more profusely because alcohol thins your blood out so much.
And it's got an oaky after bleed.
Yeah. This is a 3-day-old
emergency room
red.
I'm getting black pepper.
Notes of car crash.
Yeah,
I'm getting
cinnamon spice, bark.
I'm doing a show in Cheyenne, Wyoming next Friday for the Comedy Awards of Cheyenne. Comedy Awards. Comia Comedy Awards.
Yeah.
Shelter.
I'll be doing that. And the money goes to the shelter. And it'll be me and another comic. What's his name?
Brent Tobler.
Brent Tobler?
I think it's Brent Tobler that's on the show.
Very funny. I know him. I know that name. And so we're doing that next week. And then we start that run, right?
Yeah. So our final run of the year, and I'm super excited about this because we haven't been able to do this since COVID, but this used to be our end of the year run.
Yep.
Except we would do Spokane usually. But you've already done Spokane. So this year we are doing Twin Falls, Idaho, the Orpheum. Love that theater.
Yep.
Those tickets are really going fast. I don't know how many are left, but you should, if you want to go, get those tickets. We'll both be there. And then we are going to do Boise Knitting Factory. Love, always one of our final shows. And then every year our final show was Seattle Neptune Theater. And that'll be it for 2022. And I believe that's 15, 16, and 17 of December. Is that right? I think so.
And then I get to film a movie with Billy Gardell. I got a couple scenes with Billy in a movie, a short movie we're doing, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Chris,
15, 16,
then we have Crick's
17.
Mix. Then we do Crick's Mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then when's our next January gig?
So we've just added. So go to his website, check out some stuff. There's a bunch of stuff that needs to be added. It'll be coming in. But
Ken just tightened up. Ken went,
January 20th, we just added Sally Tomatoes again in Rohnert Park. If you were there before, he's doing an entirely different show now.
Yep.
Completely different show. So that's January 20th. January 21st, finally. We haven't been there since COVID. We're back at the Crest Theater in Sacramento. Those tickets are on sale. And then Comedy Works South. Favorite club, January 26th through 28th. I'll be headlining the January 25th with the new show Beauty for Ashes. And then El Rey Theater in Chico coming up February 3rd, Tower Theater in Fresno February 4th. These are a lot of our favorites that we haven't been able to do since
we're going to add more
shutdown.
dates too. We're adding dates. By the way, go to ChristopherTitus.com. We're adding all the bookings are coming in
You've
now.
got
So we're doing all
Schaumburg
that.
coming up.
Yeah,
It's all of them.
And guys, can I tell you something? Thank you so much for letting me do comedy. I have been doing this a long time, and I know I keep doing new shows, and you guys keep showing up. And until that stops, thank you. Once it stops, I'm going to really complain about you guys, but I want you to know that right now, I think you're awesome. And now, to wrap it up, it's Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. Fun Facts.
Yo, you know this is true.
Which I'm trying. If he leads, it's better.
You led this time, though.
No,
so
I
did.
I started and then I
He
stopped.
was trying to lead, but then, yeah.
You took it. All right. That's okay, though. Let's see. Speaking of holding on to old things, since 19...
She married me. Boom!
Since 1962, the official sport of Maryland has been jousting.
Really?
Since when?
Since 1962. What was it before? Like stoning?
Stoning. Hey, we're going. What are you doing? We throw rocks at people. Yeah, we need to update this. Like, because it seems kind of stupid. Let's update it until let's go to the 16th century. Jousting,
fire making.
It's 1962.
Name a city in Maryland. Go. Just went.
Baltimore.
Yay!
Hey now, there you go.
Timonium too.
Well, no, I don't want to even bring up Timonium over here.
Yeah, that's
so
off the
jousting. Still, it's the official sport. That's like when Santa Cruz came up. Santa Cruz College, UC Santa Cruz, named themselves the Banana Slugs. That's just some people going. Yeah,
oh, they're getting trolled.
Let's just go jousting. What are we doing? Jousting? Fuck. What are we gonna do? Soccer? Speaking of soccer, by the way, before we go, the Americans beat Iran in the World Cup. And so they're moving on, which is really cool. And they said, and people in Iran, Iran, which is going crazy because of the protesting, were happy that the Americans beat their team.
Good.
They were like, good.
So now it just says U.S. freedom instead of women life freedom. It says, so sorry. Our soccer team just won.
You know, it's weird. We have there's a
the popularity contest.
That mural. We went to a Starbucks the other day, and there was a.
I put it on my Instagram.
Yeah, it's on our Instagram. 15-foot by 40-foot mural that said "Women, Life, Freedom," and I love
with
when
Masa Amini on it, and it's very.
And now
cool.
China's blowing up. So here's the weird thing. I want everyone to pay attention. In 2015, and we'll wrap this up. 2015, things were going like of authoritarianism of that. And what's happened after 6 years, we've kind of like, this is bullshit. And if you look around the world, whether it's Brazil, who what's his face lost the election, China, they're like protesting Xi in China, and they know they can be killed. They're protesting in Iran, and they know they can be killed. When Americans try to take away the freedom that we have, it makes me crazy because other people in other countries are giving their fucking lives to have what we have. And there's people in our own country, and thank God 2 of them got put away for a long time yesterday, that are trying to take our own freedom away, and they live here. I don't get it. I don't get it. People, start standing for America. You know, you think just because you call yourself a patriot doesn't mean you are one. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please go get our merch. Scream Sanity. And when people ask what they mean, because we got to scream Sanity louder than they scream insanity. Go to ChristopherTitus.com. Please go to the YouTube channel, Christopher Titus TV. We're always putting up crazy stuff.
Go check out too. This whole week. We started on Cyber Monday, but every kind of Alpha Chick shirt is half off, 50% off. And on my website, RachelBradley.com, RachelBradleyComedy.com, and then on his website, discs are $10.
Box sets.
Box set is
discs are
$40.
$5.
Yeah, $5.
Specials are $5.
Who approved that?
CFO over here.
Okay, well,
I don't know. She's a CFO.
No, I'm a CFO. But obviously, there are some really good deals there where we make no money on them.
You can get all 8 specials for $40. So
the box set, and then also we're doing a deal on the shirts too.
Shirts, yep,
and
all of them.
The Zero Side Effect shirts, which is one of my favorite shirts you've ever done. I love the zombie on the car. Anyway, check out our websites. We have deals going on all week, and we're adding to the deal today. Love is Evil.
The Love is Evil cards.
Yeah,
those exclusive ones.
Oh,
those, yes.
We did those. Those are big.
So just go look. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. From myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray, and the Highlander. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And later.
Peace out.
There can be only one.